Hey guys, Brad here. Just going to do the second part of the tutorial. So now we're going to cover creating a controller method to process our form. So just to go back to where we were, which is here, and I've created this this form here, which is going to, we can have a look at the network tab. If I hit change, it's going to do a post to the server sending the org ID and the program that we want to change to. So at the moment that's returning a 404 because I haven't created that controller method yet. So to do that, I'm just going to insert this into app.js. So you can see I'm specifying the path, which is change program. I'm giving it a method that I want to call on a post. Now you can have methods which are mapped to particular request parameters, but in this case we just want all post requests to go to it. So I need to create that method for the platform to call, which is this. Now before I actually implement that, let's just put some logging in so we can see it getting called. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, and we want to return something. I want to return a JSON object, which is going to have the status. That should be a Boolean. Okay, I'm using ksync in the background, and that has uploaded my change. So now if I hit this again, okay, so that's given me a 400 error. What is, that's why that should be, that's the views object. Okay, and let's just try that again. There we go, we got a 200 response. The parameters are right. If I look at the response payload, it says to do, and it's given me a false, which is what I expected. Great. Okay, so what we want this to do is this method is going to remove the organization type that we don't want and add the one that we do want. Now this is transactional, so we need to use our transaction manager to run it inside a transaction. So we just do this, and we're going to put our code in there. Now we need to get those two parameters. Now you notice that we're getting these 4 arguments passed in. The page represents the page object being accessed, params is the list of parameters, files is any files that have been uploaded, and form is an object which makes it easier to access all of that data. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to use the form object to get a cleaned parameter for org ID and program. So cleaned parameter means any potentially dangerous characters get stripped out automatically. So it's always a good idea to use that. There is another method that lets you get the raw parameter as well. Okay, so that gives us a transaction. Now we're going to use the organization manager to locate the organization to change based on org ID. So we'll just get a reference to that. And then here's some code to look it up. Right, so all we're doing here is we're using the organization manager to find an organization by ID. If it finds nothing, we return an error. And if it finds it, then we need to continue. So first thing we're going to do is get a reference to the 2 org types that we're going to be adding and removing. And just so you can see where they're coming from, if we have a look over here, this is my account, and on the organization types page you can see I've got those 2 organization types there, store team and store individual. Alright, so we're getting a reference to each of them, and then we're just going to do a little if block here. and say, right, if the org type that's requested is equal to store team, then we're going to remove individual and add store team, and vice versa for store individual. So I'll save that, and now let's see if this works. So I'll just go back to, so this is the organization that I'm currently testing with, and it's currently in the individual program. So if I change the team, which I have here, and press change, I don't think I clicked it. And a second, let's see. Okay, change. Oh, okay, it is running. I just haven't got any feedback yet. Okay, so that's sent store team, and let's see what our response was. Okay, that hasn't updated yet then. Okay, that's why, because I've still got the wrong return. What I want to be doing is returning this. Okay, that's what it is. Alright, so let's try that again. Alright, so we're currently individual, we've selected team, press change, it's done a post, and the response says changed program to store team. Great. So if I check here, currently individual, and that has changed the team. Now if I change the individual, done, and let's have a look. There we go, that's worked correctly. Alright, so the one final bit is obviously to give a little bit of feedback to the user. And so we'll do that here. Right, so okay, so I've just updated that to display a couple of messages there. Updated program for success, and an error message if that doesn't work. So now when we click change, it says updated program. Great. Okay, so there's a few more things we could do. Probably should tighten up the security around who can change what. But yeah, hopefully that'll give you an idea of how to create controller methods. Thanks. Bye.